YouTube CEO. Today I will become a YouTube CEO. I will be replacing Susan Wojcicki, and I will tell you all of the changes that I would make to YouTube. Susan, or anyone at YouTube if you're watching, here's some ideas actually for you. So we're gonna start off light and cover all of these main issues. So first of all, starting off light, we would introduce new YouTube play buttons. So if you go to the play button thing, they actually do have other play buttons that they don't give awards for. There's graphite, opal, and bronze. So if I were YouTube, I would email creators when they hit a subscriber milestone for a printable certificate. So I would have a graphite one for 100 subscribers, an opal one for 1,000, and bronze for 10,000. Creators could just print it out if they want to, or save it as a PDF or whatever. It's just another little nice way for YouTube to actually connect with their creators just a little bit more. Also, I would introduce a 20 million subscriber play button, probably like Emerald or something, because I feel like there needs to be one more. Just another little change. My second change to YouTube as Mr. Susan would be to bring back the YouTube subscriber counts. I don't know of anyone who actually wanted them gone, so I think YouTube's just lying, they wanted it gone. But even more than just bringing back the service, unabbreviating everything, I would actually put them in the About section. So if you click on About, you can actually see a live subscriber count on that page. It's built into YouTube. Third, YouTube Studio needs to be redone. Nobody that I know, I don't think anyone in the history of the world likes YouTube Studio Beta. It feels too restricting, it's super compact, it fills up the whole screen. I don't know, nobody likes it. So here's what I would do. I would take some of the design and most of the features from YouTube Studio Beta and put it into the classic version. So some of these buttons are going to look sleek and nice and stuff. The analytics will be moved over. Some of these features like copyright and monetization will be adapted for the YouTube Studio Classic. So now, instead of having an oversimplified YouTube Studio, you actually have a nice YouTube Studio that looks revamped, but not too much to give everyone a headache. You know what I'm saying? Number 4, the notification bell. Make it useful. This one's pretty simple, just make it so it actually works. Maybe you can right click it to have the sometimes option, but notification bell should mean that you get notified for every upload. And most people don't for some reason. Okay, number 5. There are a lot of things that I have suggested, but number 5, for the small creators, because it's really hard to grow on YouTube, we want to increase the probability of becoming a YouTuber. So, underneath trending will be the fresh content tab. I don't know if I'd call it that. Where basically you can click on it and you will be visited with some nice fresh content that you've never seen before. And so this is where small creators thrive, because to be featured here, you need around 100 to maybe 20,000 subscribers. It'll update every day featuring new content from these users. Under 100, it's a bit, maybe we'll do a little bit under 100. Maybe you have to grow your channel to 100 first, and then from there, I don't know. I would also update our Twitter account, Team YouTube, because I've tweeted so many times at Team YouTube and they haven't responded, even when I had legitimate questions. So I would make it so that the responses are actually more human. They're not going to be copy and pasted automatic replies. Basically, all you need to do is expand the team, give them some communication lessons, they should already be qualified for that, and then you're good to go. If YouTube doesn't expand the team, well, they're losing out, right? Now by expanding the team, more people get helped. And to me, that's worth the money put in. Now, we're going to talk about copyright. My idea for YouTube copyright expands on some of the stuff they've already implemented, which is already a good idea. Basically, punish the repeat offenders. In addition to restricting their access to file copyright claims, sue them. YouTube has done this with a few people, but for big companies, get those Alphabet Google lawyers on them and sue them. It'll cost a lot of money, but it'll show that you can't mess around with YouTube anymore. Again, putting in money to better the platform is worth it. And plus Google's rich anyway. Demonetization. Family-friendly content. Here's what I would do as YouTube CEO to fix this situation. Because people are kind of getting annoyed with posting the, hey, family-friendly, haha, no swearing, all that content. I would loosen up on the strict guidelines. You know how they've tightened the rope a lot, prohibiting certain creators now? I'm gonna loosen that knot a little bit. Because TV channels show content that isn't advertiser friendly if it were on YouTube. News channels do it all the time. And yet they still get commercials on their stuff, so maybe it's time to show all those advertisers who is boss. And how can we do this? Well, flash those numbers. YouTube should flash the numbers. How many users there are, how many people watch videos every day, how long they watch it for. If you keep spamming those numbers, all the advertisers will be like, hey, we should advertise on here more, regardless of how friendly the content is. Of course, prohibit all the gruesome and like bad stuff, but you know, lighten up a little bit. Who cares about what the Wall Street Journal has to say? Oh, I can't say that.
Sorry, I'm not sure
Computer,
about
stop.
that.
On demonetization yet again, a lot of the time there is people who get demonetized out of the blue. What YouTube should do is put it on the honor system. If there's a YouTube channel who posts advertiser-friendly content every day, and then one time they get demonetized, keep the ads running. Put that video through the review process, and then decide after. Like if the user has a pretty good track record, I'm pretty sure that one random video is actually family friendly. There's a lot of anger with losing out on those initial views from subscribers and stuff. Second, if a whole channel gets demonetized, YouTube doesn't really do anything. People complain and then they're like, oops, that was a mistake, here you go. Maybe before that happens, you should actually look into it. Getting monetized seems to take a lot of time anyway. There's like a review team and they take it really seriously, yet people can get demonetized in a second and they don't do anything. Maybe you should have a team for that as well. Next up, I don't really know what number we're on because I sort of stopped. The community. I think YouTube just needs to outright apologize for the lack of communication and also the lack of recognition for some of the creators like PewDiePie. They just pretty much ignored him for the majority of his career. And other YouTubers, Mumpkey Jones, when his channel was terminated, YouTube didn't do anything. They didn't even respond, I don't think. Next up, YouTube Rewind. How do you fix YouTube Rewind? It's simple. Have polls. People can vote on what they want for YouTube Rewind, and if it's not on the list, put an other option so that they could type it out. And then, with all of those other submissions, you sort by the most popular words. And then you can see the other things that people actually want. I don't know why they didn't do that before.
There's one thing this video needs.
Hey, Poppy Harlem here.
Next up, Scare PewDiePie 2. Renew the series, release the footage, people want it. Next up, YouTube descriptions. I've noticed that in YouTube descriptions, all the translation credits and stuff take up a lot of room, so why not have a little flip tab or whatever you call it in there? So you can see what the video is about, and you can also click next to it to see who contributed to like all the stuff in the video. Next up, translations. I've talked about this before, YouTube translator abuse. You can see that video up there. Here's a little fix for it. Allow creators to approve YouTube translators just like they do with moderators for live streams and stuff. Because you can approve anyone to moderate your comments or your live streams. Do the same for translations. Also, I think Felix had the idea to do this as well. With translations, make the links stay the same as the link in the original translation, because most of the time, links never change. Also make it so translators can't add additional links that don't match up with the other ones. And then finally, auto-translate and compare it to what was submitted. If it's totally off, decline it. Here's another idea. When channels get completely terminated, allow them to reach out and respond. Because most of the time it's just an email sent that's an automated reply. I've seen a channel with a lot of subscribers who just got terminated right out of the blue, tried to speak out about it, and nothing was done. Getting verified on YouTube has a simpler process than this. You can actually talk to a real person online in a chat. You should be able to do this as well with terminations and stuff. Maybe also include this real-time feature for bigger creators who really want to voice an opinion. Actually, that's a new idea that I just had now. Creators with over, let's say, 50,000, maybe 100,000 subscribers should be allowed to join a chat where they talk with a YouTube representative live to voice their concerns, opinions, ideas, and stuff like that. Next up, a little bit more on the smaller creators. In suggested videos, there's a lot of videos. Maybe make 2 of those suggested videos from smaller creators to promote them a little bit. I know the #1 goal of YouTube is to keep people on YouTube, but if you set aside 1 or 2 of those videos, it won't hurt it, I don't think. I forgot a little idea that I had, so here we go. YouTube videos that are unlisted and private are great, but what about things like unlisted but with a password? So the only people who can watch the video are ones with a password to the video. I think Vimeo already has this, so it is a good idea. And finally, I know Susan actually does really care about YouTube, but a lot of YouTube seems so disconnected from creators. I know they've really been trying to fix that, but all of the problems in this video are real problems that we've all encountered on the platform, and I hope YouTube actually does something about this. Maybe even take this video into consideration, YouTube. If you actually do this, all I want in return for using my ideas is a YouTube play button for 10,000 subscribers. My own personalized, once-in-a-lifetime 10K plaque. I don't know why. Because it'd be cool. That's why. That's why. Okay, I also wrote down a little final note here. It says Twitter. So I said I would be posting a YouTube video every day. Yesterday I didn't, because I had a little bit of issues. I still filmed that day, don't worry. But I just want to make it clear that I posted an update about that on Twitter, so if you're not following me already, you might as well. I tweet about some cool stuff as well as updates, so yeah, give it a follow. Alright, that's about it for this video. Fly on, everyone. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Computer, turn off lamp.
Okay.